Hey, you, let's talk. So you're a new YouTuber, just starting out, you got your camera on your tripod, you're in your room, you got some nice lights set up, you're talking to the camera, it feels kind of weird, right? Nothing wrong with that. I guarantee you, majority of the YouTubers who started out doing the exact same thing as us. As in, like, they set up their camera, they got their lights, and they started talking to the camera, and they felt kind of weird, and they would have all these long-ass pauses, and they would have an idea in their head already, but as soon as they start turning the camera on, boom, it just disappears, and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do, and they freeze up. I'm sure a good amount of YouTubers start like that. Maybe they still do that right now, who knows? I'm just here to say there's nothing wrong with that. Totally fine. As a matter of fact, as natural. It means you're human, right? What I want to say is that don't get discouraged. If you're stumbling on words, if you have to repeat yourself, or you have to stop and take like a 30 second to a minute long break just to continue, don't worry, it's all part of the recording process. It'll become natural over time. You want to do it as much, but when you're first starting out, it's gonna happen. Like, come on. What I will say though is, like, don't just stop the camera, restart, stop the camera, restart. You will lose out on so much. It'll take so much longer than it needs to, and like you'll feel so burdened, and that leads to burnout pretty quick, honestly. If you stop, restart because you make one mistake. I started out doing that originally in my first few videos, and God, it took so long to get through those. It wasn't even like a hard topic either. It was just that I was so worried about, I want to get it all in one take. You don't want to do that. Getting all in one take is clutch. That'd be nice. It's cool, but ultimately, that's not gonna happen. So with that said, you definitely don't wanna, you get your camera recording, you get your audio recording set up. You don't wanna have to stop and start, clap sync, stop, start, clap sync over and over and over again. I think it's better, honestly, to just let your camera roll and go through your lines. If you have like a script, if you have like an outline, just read through it. Take a moment to pause, look at it, get the idea in your head, look at the camera, say it, and say that one line. If you can only do one line at a time, okay, that's fine. You can still make do with that. But yeah, definitely just don't stop, because then you have to, not only do you feel like you're restarting and it's a bigger burden, but now you got like 30 million clips to go through, and now editing it's gonna be like type beat. So it's like, come on. If you feel weird about there being like this big dead space like in your video when you're editing it, don't worry. There's actually a super easy way to take care of it. I have a video about that right here, I think. Wait, no. Last time I did this, it was actually right here. Right here. But yeah, basically just know that later, even if you have these big breaks, you'll be able to chop and cut it to wherever you need to. At the same time, if you misdo a line or whatever, just say it again. There's nothing wrong with repeating, because you'll be able to cut it and chop it the way you want to later in the future. So it's like, it's fine. Sometimes I literally have to sit here and say one line like 30 times and like over and over and over again. Hit record on your other audio. Hit record on your other audio resource. Hit record on your other audio source. Hit record on your other. Hit record on. And it's way better to do that same one line as opposed to starting over the entire project. So don't do that. You'll eventually get it. You'll be great. And once you start making more of these videos, you realize I'm talking to a camera, and this camera is my audience, and it's like I'm talking to a person. Like it's not that big of a deal. Eventually, when the lights are on, camera's on, everything's all going and stuff, you'll just be talking like a regular person. You be talking like you're not nervous anymore.